According to a study by McKinsey, intensive users of customer analytics are up to 23 times more likely to clearly outperform their competitors in terms of new customer acquisition than non-intensive users, and 9 times more likely to do so in terms of customer loyalty. Hey guys, I'm Stefan, the founder of the data management bureau Raphael's Ambassadors. And in this video, I want to talk about, what does it mean to set up a data-driven culture, data-driven, or to boost the foundation of a data-driven organization in general, and why is it so important to focus on data-driven decisions when building a company, when building a culture in an organization. So the statistic I just went over is a rather old one from a 2013 report by McKinsey, but the point still applies. The point still applies that it's still important 10 years later to be focused on data-driven, maybe even more so than ever before, because now companies have generally come a lot further. They have seen experimented and gotten a lot more data, a lot more experience with how do we actually set up data-driven decision, data-driven cultures. But that still doesn't mean that the ship has sailed. There are still a lot of opportunities here. There are still a lot of organizations and businesses which haven't gotten as far on this front and still have a lot of improvement to do when it comes to building data-driven organization, data-driven cultures for improving and making the best use of their data as possible. So here I want to talk about, what does this mean in practice and how to actually build this out in practice. So, what does data-driven culture really mean? That's the first central point here. And the short and quick definition here is that, it's based on a culture that makes decisions based on data insights rather than intuition. Of course, when you're running a business, when it's high-paced, you have to run it on intuition to some degree, but it's the central part of building a data-driven organization is to to incorporate more and more data and to bring a better data foundation and data insights into your decision making, so that you don't solely have to base it only on your intuition with all the uncertainty that's ahead, but also have some data to support you for how can we best proceed in the decisions going forward. And that combination is what I probably believe in is the best course of action. So let's identify some key traits of a data-driven culture to start off with. So, for instance, a clear example is when employee is data literacy. Data literacy means the knowledge and competence that employees have of applying data, understanding how to use data in practice, and understand, analyze, and apply it for their own decision making. And this is what I think is important for data-driven culture in an organization as well, is that it's not only the direct data-related roles like data scientists, data analysts, and so on that are focused on actually using data in practice, but practically almost, or in especially a lot of office jobs, administrative jobs, it becomes a lot more important, even if it's not a direct part of their job itself, is to understand data. Like it's as important for marketers, product developers, for jobs across the board to understand how to use data in practice for doing their job better. It's how they get their feedback in order to improve, understand the market they're working in, understand the business they're working in, understand the industry they're working in, and to improve and get better from there. So that's why it's important to have good data literacy, almost no matter which position the person, the employee is in the company. And it's important to understand, okay, how can they use that data for their own decision making? How that may be something that they have to consider in terms of, okay, what are the hierarchy of kind of decision making in this case? But in a lot of cases, okay, they have to see, okay, which decision can you make? Okay, what can the lower level employees decide? What can the middle managers decide? What is up to the top executives? But generally, data can be supported across the whole chain based on that. Okay, basically the decision making that each person in this chain can actually make themselves, as well as the actual underlying basis that they provide for the next for the higher stages in the organization. So basically, provide suggestions, provide for those who have other roles, for instance, but also so basically both provide themselves the ability to make to do their jobs better, make better decisions, and work more efficiently and better, become higher performance in their jobs, but also become able to support the culture around them, their team, and the chain of command more efficiently as well. So and here is where the collaboration and transparency part comes in. Of course, be able to have good systems, good routines for sharing their insights, sharing their information, and generally be open and engaged in actually sharing what they find. And that's what I think is a central part in actually building a data-driven culture, is that you're actually building active communication and transparency, and actually being engaged in understanding that, okay, you are all excited about, okay, finding out new ways to learn and new insights for better improving yourself, your team, your business in general, and so on. So here for segment 2, we'll go over to some steps for building a data-driven culture. So here we go over 6 different steps. First of all, it's to set some clear goals. For instance, data initiatives in line with special organizational goals. For instance, that could be, okay, increase sales by 20% through targeted marketing based on customer analysis, for instance. That's one example. And then provide some tools and training. Identify some key analytical tools. It can be Power BI, Tableau, or something, and then provide training in that, and basically make them able to set up their own reports and actually better get an understanding of the data, get access to the right data that they should for their job, and to be able and to help them build up the skills themselves to actually understand how they can use this data to provide better results in their job. And so another useful thing could be to provide a continuous learning framework, incorporate feedback loops, have kind of feedback sessions, active meetings for kind of negotiate or discussing their progress, the insights they're getting, their challenges on the way, and to share tips to each other as well. I think that's really important as well here. And also, of course, it's about fostering a data-driven mindset that kind of comes along the way with this as well. Encouraging experimentation could be another great tip to, for instance, explore different kind of A/B testing examples, try different alternatives, see which work best, and so on. And then based on the insights you're getting there, see, okay, what is actually working the best, and let's stick with what works well. And then, of course, step 6 is the last step: celebrate wins, share insights, provide good positive feedback where someone has done a really good job, learned a lot, and actually made demonstrable results and improve their performance with this kind of things, and contribute to the team in that way, and celebrate those wins, share the insights, and then grow together from there. So that has been some of the key parts of how to build a data-driven organization. We've gone through some of the steps, as well as what a data-driven organization really means, why this is important for becoming more competitive as a business, for building a great and strong organization to tackle the market in general, and that this is still highly relevant for maybe more relevant than ever. That it's only becoming more and more important to be data driven. The more data we're getting, the more insight, the more it becomes necessary for having this kind of data to navigate the complexities and uncertainties in the future, especially when building a business. And yeah, so I hope this video has been useful to you guys. Let me know, or be sure to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. Also be sure to comment below what you thought, if you had any thoughts, if you have any questions, if you have any ideas for kinds of videos you would like to see in the future. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day so far, and I will see you all in the next video.